Hello, and welcome to a very special 8-minute demo video series. Today, we're going through a video tutorial on OIS 6.3 Advanced Workflow Design and Best Practice Video Shorts. Yep, these are going to be smaller videos on specific topics. And the topic we're going to talk about right now is Restartable, Haltable Policies. Now we're going to take a look at restartable and haltable policies. And for this, I've brought back our old friend, the standard OIS logging policies, and I've made some modifications to add haltability. As you saw there, we have a halt policy now, which will actually take in a confirmation that you do want to halt it, and we'll do that from the operator console when we test this out. We confirm that it says confirm, and then we set a halt counter to 1 and then notify that a halt request has been created. And the whole reason we do that, we're going to take a look here. Open up the workspace here. You can see the objects are gone because I needed the real estate. What we're going to do here is it's the same standard OIS logging policies, except I've added the halt checkpoint here at various stages within the process. And it's a binary decision. If halt equals 1, then we bail out to a halt, and if halt equals 0, we continue on with the process. And if we take a look at the emergency halt here, it's nothing special. In fact, we open it up, go to alternate icon, you can see it's just a stop icon. No big deal. We go to details, and we can see we're updating the standard OIS logging table with requires restart at the specific stage where it has halted. And the standard OIS logging table is the one that was specifically built for the standard OIS logging IP, and you can see there's other objects we're using throughout the workflow here. So it's just tapping in, it's extending that and adding halt capability. Now let me walk you through the scenario here. Let's say the flag was flipped for halt equals 1 during the process here. Then the next place it would check is before it tries to trigger policy 2. And if it finds that halt equals 1, it'll go out and update that table. And if halt equals 0, it'll continue. If it finds that between those 2 points, which is not a long period of time, I just wanted to show you that you could put it in various places in the policies, that right at the beginning here, if halt equals 1, same thing, except that it's at a different stage, and then halt equals 0, it will continue, and same thing for policy 3. Now, if it does halt, and we reset it at the very end, and we want to restart the whole thing again, then based on the restart object, it'll go and restart at the various stages. Alright, so we're good to go here, and we're going to start it up. And if you see, that's purple, so if you know me, I put a delay in there, 15 seconds. So it gives me time to go into the operator console, which I'm already almost ready here. And I'm going to hit start and get this all ready so I can have it trigger after we've already started this guy. So we're going to start this up and make sure it's running. Alright, it's at the start, now it's doing that, and it's going to pause for 15 seconds, so I got a little bit of time. Then I'll come in here, I'm going to start this policy. It'll flip the halt bit, and then hopefully either here, well, let's see, just finished. Yep, it stopped at the emergency halt here. Alright, and if we go into the database, we can see that login ID 32776 has a restart, requires restart, and we can start it at policy 2 because it had finished policy 1, and this should be all good to go for our restart demo. So what it's going to do now, we're going to kick this off, and it's going to trigger policy 2. But we have to now actually reset the halt, otherwise as soon as we trigger policy 2, it will halt again here. So we don't want to have that an endless loop there for us. So I actually don't have a policy to reset it, so I'm just going to create a new policy real quick, and that is set to reset. That's fine. Check it in. Alright, so the halt is restarted. What I should have done is trigger this policy here, and then I could have it ad hoc, but I didn't, so I had to create a special policy for that. But we'll go back to policy 1, and we'll click Start. And what we should see is it is going to check the restart, Whoa, that was quick. And it triggered policy 2, which it's now on policy 2. It passed the halt, so it's going here, and then it will finish and go to 3, and then it will be complete. Now, I'm not going to test my timing in this demonstration for trying to get it to halt at the various stages. I think you get the idea with the halt there. But let's go check out the record now. It's no longer requires restart. It's completed, and it went all the way through. So, essentially, what we've done here is created a set of policies that perform various actions. And if you're familiar with the standard OIS logging demo, this is the same exact demo, except this time we built in haltability with just a simple update statement, and then that halt will also result in restartability based on did it halt here? Then we could continue policy 2. Did it halt here? Then we try policy 2 again, and finally did it halt here? Then we'd have to try policy 3 again. So it really depends on what you've set up for your logging. But if you set up the logging similar to this and you want to institute a emergency halt, you can certainly do that. Just make sure the policy you create to set the halt confirms, because you don't want this to accidentally run or someone to just click on it and accidentally run it. And then make sure there's some notification, maybe an email goes out, and then make sure, unlike me, you create a separate policy for restart halt and trigger that at the very end. And since I made my objects go away, I couldn't fix that on the fly, unfortunately, but hey, it's not too hard to fix later. We certainly appreciate you watching. Thank you.